Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. Shout out to all of my early risers this morning. So, shout out to you if you're getting up early to get it done, to get your personal movement practice on, to get nice and sweaty. Hopefully, the movement practice is the bestest part of your day. So the birds are out serenading. It's lovely to get up so you can hear your own divine onboard intelligence communicating and speaking to you, ministering to your own self. So this early day, I was thinking because the mind is so clear in the early day. I was thinking about boxes. I was thinking about some women and some folks that inspire me, and it got me to thinking about how our boxes, the boxes that we put ourselves in, can really be a trap. And I just wanted to have a conversation around duality, the duality of life, right? Our time that we're spending here. So if you're interested in this chat, stick around, stay tuned. Feel free, if you've visited the channel, feel free, if you like and you find value, to press the like button, to subscribe if you like the content. Feel free to share it with someone that could use some motivation or inspiration around radical self acceptance. I'm Body-Culinary. If you're new here, welcome. I am a personal trainer. It's one of my roles. Also, a professional chef who loves whole, fresh, living, unprocessed foods, which is like an art to me. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self acceptance, really embracing and celebrating the unique features that I have been divinely assigned while I'm here on the planet, on this earth plane. I also love to share on this channel motivation and encouragement to activate 3 lifestyle practices, 3 leveraged lifestyle practices that we all have access to that can really serve us into our season years. And those lifestyle practices are peaceful consumption, food that loves you back, your arteries, your skin, your nails, your liver, your mood, your vitality, food that doesn't deposit a whole lot of waste onto the waistline. Cultivating a personal movement practice, so many benefits. First of all, the physiological and the mental emotional release. We need some kind of physical release and opportunity to feel empowered, physically empowered, as well as get a really nice dose of feel good hormones and drugs from the inside that's organic and that doesn't tax us, doesn't tax our brain or our nervous system. And the other lifestyle practice is garden therapy. Plants. We're so connected to plants. And nurturing a few plants, even two to start with, can go such a long way to add to relaxation and to get us to tune into nature. Even if you have a small space, a windowsill, a small house, or a bigger house or an apartment, everybody can grow something. Even if you feel you don't have a brown or a green thumb, you can cultivate one and you can use the garden. It's a perfect opportunity to vision board and to manifest and to pay attention to what are the right or the balance conditions for each plant. What are the balance conditions to set an environment and a tone for growth? It is such a wonderful exercise for you, for your children. It's so much relaxation. So, those are the 3 lifestyle practices that I really enjoy sharing some of my journey. You're welcome to share yours, and that I love to encourage. And it's something that we all have access to. There are a few resources that are available for those folks that are interested in perhaps upgrading your food and your consumption, whatever labels you like to call yourself. I don't think that's the most important thing, right? However, everyone's body can benefit from more whole, fresh, living, unprocessed fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts, foods that are very nutrient dense, full of fiber and living water. So that's what I like to focus on. There is, for those folks that are interested in support in that area, if you're endeavoring to start a garden, start growing, embrace a movement practice, get into your peaceful consumption, there is an application for Flower Fit coaching and community. There is a community aspect that is supportive, that is free of charge. There's also paid coaching, that is group coaching, that is very affordable. And there, I love to park resources that some people may not be aware of. Different types of fruits and vegetables, some really great movies, movement, natural products. If you're up to a natural lifestyle and coming together around proactive activities that give you something back for the investment of your time. That's what we're doing over at Flower Fit Coaching and Community. You might be the only person around that's endeavoring to eat healthy. And some folks are looking for some like minded individuals, in particular around specific activities. So there's Flower Fit Coaching and Community, and there's also Natural Beauty No Products. That is a guide to whole, fresh living, unprocessed foods as a lifestyle. All the questions you could ask, pictures of what I've been eating for all these years, notes on shopping, ideas for if you had $5, $20 to shop at a food co-op, a wholesaler, all that is in there. The different types of questions you can ask about shifting your consumption pattern to unprocessed. And that's a big distinction. So it's not a bunch of highly processed foods, that's whole, fresh living, unprocessed foods. If perhaps you're one of those people that's had a lot of acne and you've tried everything like I have, there's Natural Beauty No Products. Maybe perhaps you want to be free of being a product junkie. And if you're spending all this money on produce, hey, the primary product is the fresh, whole, living food going inside of the body temple. So that guide there is shared for you. And you can also, if you're one of those people with fine hair, as my hair is very, very fine, you can see some other options for styling, whether you don't have locks or if you decide to let your hair lock. There's a lot of freedom to be had in this lifestyle of simplicity. We can free up a lot of time, energy, and resources for travel, for the garden, for securing our future. So, that being said, I wanted to chat about duality this morning. And I wanted to share, now some folks may disagree. I wanted to say, and I want to be very, very clear, that I like some makeup. I really, really do. Now, I don't prefer makeup for my lifestyle. My priority is play, and I'm not interested in being beholden or feeling addicted or feeling like I'm less than or I'm dependent on makeup or a whole bunch of clothes to feel attractive to myself. Yes, we also get dressed sometimes for other people. My priority, though, is feeling comfortable in my own skin and getting the validation that I want primarily from myself. And I found that being a healthy natural weight, which the body knows how to do when we just stop giving it substances masquerading as food. It can become quite easy when we incorporate a few simple principles. The body knows exactly how to adjust itself with sleep and just basic care. That is the foundation of my lifestyle. I am someone that has tried a wig on before, have had a gold tooth cemented on Caribbean style, has had a jerry curl. So I want to say that um, I'm not interested in being divisive, right? Or creating a climate of these are the natural hair people, these are the lock people, these are the semi freeform, these are the freeform. Because there are women that I admire that wear makeup and that wear wigs. I want to be very, very clear on that. And I really care for them deeply. I admire them. I admire their style. I admire the way they put their makeup together. I can even look at makeup tutorials, or sometimes I like to look at the Korean makeup tutorials, and I might take a little principle out of their approach to apply to myself. That might be the way I brush my simple things, like I brush my eyebrows, or maybe something's another kind of shea butter or natural oil. I can learn from anybody. My point is, I would I disassociate myself from Michelle Obama? Would I disassociate myself from Maxine Waters or the many precious women in my life because they wear a perm or wig, or because we decide to wear our hairstyles differently, that makes no sense. It doesn't make sense. And, I just really got to thinking of how that's all of our own personal journey. Similarly to whatever you choose while you're on this earth plane, because we will all lay down these coats called the body. That's a fact. That's a fact. So while you're here and you're on this plane, I don't, it's my priority isn't to make somebody necessarily feel shamed about their food choices, because it's a journey. Because it's a journey. And perhaps we've been indoctrinated and shamed with religion and societal mores. And then we in turn have internalized the shame and projected and share that shame with others. So our hair, it's an option. It's the original option because that's how we popped out onto this plane. What I'd like to encourage, and you'll take it, and if there's anything that resonates, you'll take it in whatever your particular journey is. Your journey is okay. I think that's where a lot of your groundation, or your being grounded in your esteem, comes from being okay with wherever you are in your journey. We can become really anxiety ridden in comparing ourselves to others, right? Which, as soon as you turn on your screens, you start almost involuntarily comparing yourself to somebody else who you can never be. We can't be each other. So I've embraced, I don't have everybody else's hair. I don't have Valerie June's hair. I just have this very, very fine cottony hair that goes flat, that has an interesting color. And I've decided to go along for the journey of radical self acceptance. But it's not for me to think, and this is, maturity continues to come with life experience. It's not for me to drag somebody down because they have a fluffier body, or they have more degrees or less degrees, or don't have an education. You know, what is it what is making each other feel less than, right? We're at different points in our journey. Would we want to shame a baby? In the grand scheme of the universe, we're but flecks, little teeny flecks. We're on a journey. Would you condemn your child if they chose another lifestyle, or chose another hairstyle, or if you raised them vegan or healthy and they chose something else? Does that really, is that really helpful to them? I think folks feel a way for feeling not accepted. Now, there's duality, because that don't mean, there's a difference between complacency, right? Let's say with our health, being complacent with numbers, with objective numbers that demonstrate ill health. There's a difference between that and accepting your body here today, now that you have, if the skin is loose, or if you've got scarring. The comparison from turning on screens and looking at magazines has us feeling very ashamed sometimes. And these feelings and emotions of shame have us self medicating, or sometimes can have us projecting maybe internalized dissatisfaction with ourselves, or where we are in the socio-economic hierarchy, projecting this out onto other people. So there's duality. We will be at different places in life. You can have certain amounts of money, more or less, at any given time. Does that really affect your self worth? Does that say everything about who you are? This morning, I was as I was doing some research, I was really jamming in here and digging this woman, this sister's fashion, and she's got perm and weaves and wigs out the wazoo. And I just got to thinking, like, wow, I really enjoy her fashion. And I was like, her look and her weave is banging. It's banging. It may not be what I choose for myself at this point in time, but I can say I really appreciate the essence of her style and her fun and her freedom. That's attractive. I think we can have a tendency to put ourselves into boxes, religious boxes. I'm a this, or I'm that religion, and X other people out. And we could perhaps be cutting ourselves off from an appreciation of other people's freedom in their skin in this time. on in this life. From learning from other people, we share the planet with people that eat differently, that pray differently, that are all on our individual journeys. Some of our religious beliefs that have been handed down to us will likely change. You may be raised to meat. If someone that eats flesh and decide not to eat it and may come back to it. So it's not for me to make you right or wrong or to make each other right or wrong. I think it's our responsibility to demonstrate care and concern for ourselves with our actions and to model the type of character and behavior we want to see out in the world. First for ourselves. But I don't know that we really benefit. I don't know. I was just questioning. I'm inspired by this woman. I'm loving her style. I'm really looking at her wig, but I can distinguish that's not what I want for myself, but I can admire and appreciate the energy of her expression. So I'm not here to tell anyone what to eat, how to eat. I can share some of my experience. And perhaps you have some health conditions where fruits and vegetables would benefit you. Again, they can benefit everyone. But I don't want to make someone feel, or my intention is not to make someone feel ousted for where they are in their journey because it could change at any moment. And I think just being in an acceptance of that can give us a lot of relaxation and peace for wherever you are on your journey, economically, financially, emotionally, choices you've made, that undercurrent of shame and anxiety, putting ourselves into a box and then feeling obligated, maybe perhaps to dress a certain way because I am a certain of a religious faith. And some of us, it can feel boxed, like we're boxed, and you have one life to live. That doesn't mean, throw all caution to the wind and just be reckless. However, are you experiencing joy in your life? For you to write that prescription and to design your life, that's something that's really, really that's personal. And the amount of gaslighting and projection that goes on, primarily through these screens, is mind numbing. It's mind numbing. So I just wanted to encourage you to maybe perhaps in your quiet moments think of where you are in your journey and know that it's your it's your journey. This is your life. And should you decide to embrace your kinky coily texture, that's fine. Should you decide you want to play and express, because that's that's been done since time immemorial. Women playing in different ways to paint our faces with chalk and different plants and colors. I think perhaps, or what I've found, the distinction is if I can identify that I don't feel good when I take these things off, that I don't embrace my natural self. That is what I think is where we can have our esteem hijacked by folks looking to peddle and pander products to us. So all that to say, all are welcome here as long as we are respectful. And I'll be real. I have learned these recent years so many lessons continually throughout my life from folks that are totally different, from folks of different ethnic backgrounds, racial backgrounds, perms, makeup, natural. I've learned a lot from so-called hoes. Definitely. As somebody that comes from fitness and also comes from a background of morbid obesity, which is a great example. I have women that are that carry a lot. Their physical body carries a lot of weight, yet the essence of who they are is so sweet and so loving. So are they devalued because of their shape? And in the fitness industry, sometimes uh, there can be a position of fitness folks to think that you can shame somebody into uh, quote unquote weight loss. And I haven't found that that's sustainable. Actually, I think that can drive certain feeling less than and shame even deeper. So I don't have all the answers. I can just share my experience. Yeah, I wanted to say yes, I can, and I've said it before, I can appreciate makeup and style and fashion. There's some women that are exquisite, that really rock makeup. So it's the essence, it's the artistry. that, and it's them that I appreciate. I can even appreciate the look. However, that's not what I'm choosing for me. So that's for you to decide and determine, and that may change over time. And again, I invite you to consider, do we shame our children for wanting to explore something different than us? I would think that the most important thing is health and safety and a safe space to express and not to jack ourselves up, or to support our children in expressing without creating permanent damage, right? As they're on a journey, we're likely their values and things they want to express is going to change, so that we're not damaging these really precious body temples that we'll need to support us throughout our journey. So, just some thoughts on duality this morning. And I invite us to consider, I don't know, I just don't feel that the last thing I think that we need as humans, as women, as Afro women, of women of different backgrounds, is one more box. It's very, very limiting. It can be very, very limiting and hold us back from learning and appreciating each other. Hope this makes sense. I'm sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. I invite you to enjoy the quiet hours of the early day. And the vision that I have this morning is of those times, I'm going to go with me here, where I've practiced my Ashtanga yoga practice early in the morning. And there's so many different body types and shapes and colors and backgrounds, different physical shells that I have practiced in a room with, where all you hear is breathing. Just everyone minding their own business, fitness, minding their own business. We're doing the same practice, yet it is all totally different because we all have a unique, different fingerprint. And, just all of those precious times I've come together to do my practice in company with others, but it's my own personal practice. And it is, it's really, it's something, it's special. And I love good memories. Some of my precious, most precious memories are of doing a movement practice in a room with other people who are doing their own personal movement practice, yet we're moving in a room together. So I invite you to, have you started your personal movement practice yet? Let me know in the comments. Um, have you reactivated it? Have you ever had a consistent personal movement practice? It's one of the bestest things that you could do for yourself that makes you feel electric and alive. And if I'm in a room with someone who we're getting down, I'm not going to care if you're 300 pounds, because I have been humbled by teachers that are very, very large that, wipe me out, and by folks that look really unassuming that came in a different kind of package than I. And I've been humbled over and over and over in this life. I have been humbled. I have learned so much from people that have looked totally different and eaten totally different. And this is a journey that we're on. So I'm inviting you to create a great day on purpose just because you said so. And I will see you soon. Feel free to check out the Discord link for the Body-Culinary server on Discord, and for the Flowah Fit coaching and community. See you soon. Oh, check out Kwasa with the K, Peaceful Eating, on TikTok, on FB, and Body Color on Instagram. See you soon.